Business and Leisure, your weekly window to the world of business and guide to the good life. Hosted by Mr. Ray Butch Gamboa.
Hello to everyone. Welcome to Business and Leisure, your weekly business and lifestyle electronic magazine, where we bring you the latest significant business developments on BizWatch, the business section, while leisure features take center stage on our lifestyle section, which shall be hosted this week by our lovely sunshine girl, Day Munsaya. And she's here to give you an idea what's ahead to watch this week. Day?
Hi, Butch, and thanks to you. Yes, friends, I'm back here on Business and Leisure, your weekly electronic show, and I'm here once again with a brand new edition of business and lifestyle features. And speaking of lifestyle features, we've got exciting offerings for you. On Lifestyle Chronicles, we spotlight two important events that happened in the metro recently. Our famous segment Places visited an interesting food hub in the newest business district in Libis, Quezon City. More food places to discover on Leisure Trip, and we end our show with our usual treat for all the gun enthusiasts out there. Sounds fun, right? Well, we will know all about those when Business Talk is done with our main man, Mr. Ray Butch Gamboa. I will wait for my cue right here, so back to you, Butch.
Thanks, Day. We'll see you for the Leisure Report right after I take care of business. We now pause for a short break, after which it's all business on BizWatch. Please stay with us.
Vote for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
Welcome back to Business and Leisure and to our business section, BizWatch. Our lead issue this week has to do with the local cement and steel industries. There are department administrative orders prescribing mandatory certifications in the local cement and steel industries. The latest development here is that the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, has reinstated provisions and adopted some new measures on these department administrative orders. For the details, here's our BizWatch correspondent, Andre Ko.
With the need to ensure fair treatment between manufacturers and direct importers of cement and steel products, the DTI has adopted some provisions and new measures to govern the Philippine cement and steel industries. In the new draft Department Administrative Order, DTI appears to have repealed a previous order that granted easier certification process for importers with existing manufacturing operations in the country. This has met with disapproval from pure or direct importers, although groups like the Laban Consumer hailed the new draft. It is because it has removed the discrimination between direct importers and local manufacturers. In essence, pure importers and manufacturers will be governed by the same rules as foreign certification governs all cement importation.
The Bureau of Product Standards will require 2 sets of samples of 20 kilograms per brand per type as compliance for the product standards licensing. Each sample will be taken from 2 different sites in the factory. For batch certification, sample size required will be 3 sets of 20 kilos per brand per type. This will be taken from 3 different cement bags per production per batch and will be forwarded to the testing lab of the Bureau within 5 days from the date of sampling. Our BizWatch correspondent has more of the story.
The certificate of conditional receipt shall be issued upon receipt of the test report. In case of discrepancies, the Bureau of Product Standards shall draw product samples for confirmatory testing. If there is proof of non-conformance, product inspection and inventory shall be conducted at the importer's warehouse, and the importer will be required to issue a notice to its distributors or retailers to refrain from further distribution or sale of the questionable products, and a product recall will be conducted. The required markings of PNS 07-2005 and PNS 63-2006 will be required to ensure traceability and faster verification. For steel, the new draft covers deformed steel bars, re-rolled steel bars, and equal leg angle bars. These will have required markings of PNS 49-2002, PNS 211-2002, and PNS 657-2008. Both manufacturers and importers will have the same sample sizes for testing, but for product sampling, double sampling plans for normal inspection as prescribed by the standards for sampling procedures for inspection will be adopted by attributes. For deformed steel and re-rolled bars, 1 lot equals 20 tons or a fraction thereof. For equal leg steel angle bars, 1 lot equals 50 tons or a fraction thereof. Test samples shall be packed, sealed, and signed in the presence of authorized representatives from the Bureau of Product Standards or its designated auditor or inspector. These authorized representatives shall ensure that requests for test forms are properly filled up, signed, and issued to the manufacturer or importer, while the steel company shall ensure that it has established traceability and samples as to batch and lot.
The Philippine Cement Importers Association is fully supportive of the DTI campaign against the entry of substandard cement into the country. The Laban Consumer Group, under its president Victorio Mario Dimagiba, hailed the new order, saying consumers now have more choices. Meanwhile, the local wheat flour industry is suffering from a supply glut. Apparently, there is too much competition due to the opening of several new flour mills in the country. Our business reporter Heidi Santos has the details.
Because many new flour mills have recently opened, wheat importation is now in a slump, exacerbated further by a slowdown in local consumption. A leading importer of wheat flour from Turkey in the Philippines is Malabon Long Life Trading Corporation. The company's president, Ernesto Chua, was quoted as saying that new flour mills have been set up like the Mabuhay Mills, which was set up 2 years ago by an Indonesian group with a production capacity of 500 metric tons per day. It will start operation in Subic next month. A flour mill opened in Cebu 3 years ago, and another one, Atlantic Grains, was opened in Calamba. 4 other smaller mills owned by Filipino-Chinese owners were opened in Valenzuela and Cagayan de Oro. With all these new flour mills, there is definitely an oversupply of locally milled flour in the Philippines.
With the oversupply, consumers will be happy to know that this has prevented the wheat prices from going up despite the higher global wheat prices. This was brought about by the drought that hit the wheat-producing states in America, which is our main source of wheat. Another aggravating factor that affects the importation of wheat and flour is the weak peso. Our BizWatch correspondent has more details.
Importation of Turkish flour has also slowed down because of the anti-dumping duties levied against Turkish flour by the Philippine government. This should have driven the cost of flour up, but because of stiff competition, local millers have not effected a price increase. 95% of our wheat importation comes from the United States, and Philippine flour consumption has increased slightly by 4%. The Philippine Association of Flour Millers, through its president Rick Pinca, said that there are now around 20 flour mills in the country from only 12 mills 2 years ago, and the association of 7 flour mill members are now a minority in the industry. There is a competing organization, the Chamber of Philippine Flour Mills, which has 4 members. The other 9 flour milling companies are not affiliated with any organization.
In the Philippines, the biggest flour company is the San Miguel Mills, followed by the Philippine Foremost Flour Mills, Pilmico Foods Corporation, and Universal Rubina Corporation. Following them are General Milling Corporation, RFM Corporation, Wellington Flour Mills, Liberty Flour Mills, Morning Star Milling Corporation, Delta Flour Mills, and Monde Nissin Corporation. The rest of the details with our business reporter.
The new players are Atlantic Grains Corporation, Asian Grains, Great Earth Corporation, New Hope Flour Mills, North Star Milling Corporation, Big C Corporation, Mabuhay Interflour Corporation, and Agri-Pacific Corporation. Although the Philippines has so far been spared from the price increase in flour, we should expect to have higher flour prices in the second half of this year because of the drought in the U.S. Price adjustments could range from 30 pesos to 60 pesos per bag, depending on the brand and quality of the wheat.
Consumers are advised that lower protein bread flour is cheaper than high protein brands. The higher protein flour is what causes the bread to rise to bigger volumes and have softer texture. That's why they are more expensive. We will now take a short break, but be back shortly with more current and relevant business issues for you. Please stay with us.
Vote for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
When you sweat to be sweet and you clean car seat, it's love. When you try to look cool, but you look like a fool, it's love. It's love. It's love.
Show your love with the new features of the all-new Innova. Love the journey.
Happiness. Happiness times 7. The all-new Honda Mobilio. Ease of use. Flexible interior for your various needs. Convenient features. Advanced technology. Powerful engine. Fuel efficient for a smooth journey. And sleek design for you. The all-new Honda Mobilio.
Motoring Today is now on the web. Watch this episode or other past episodes of the country's longest running motoring program any time of the day by logging on to our website, motoringtoday.ph. Motoring Today is now online, just a click away.
Welcome back, and you're still on Business and Leisure, and we continue with more business developments. There is a new development on the controversial tax reform bill. The Department of Finance is backing the new tax reform version filed by Senate President Aquilino L. Pimentel III. In fact, the DOF is willing to drop the proposed levy on sugar-sweetened beverages if lawmakers will pass Senator Aquilino's version of the tax reform bill. Our BizWatch correspondent Andre Co files this report.
Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III said that the tax on sugar-sweetened beverages was never a part of the initial tax reform plan It was only the House lawmakers who included it in the tax reform package when they moved to water down the DOF's original proposed bill. Now, the DOF is declaring that it is ready to remove the levy on sweet beverages if lawmakers will pass a new version of the tax reform bill filed by Senate President Aquilino. Finance Secretary Dominguez informed Senate Ways and Means Chairman Sonny Angara that the sugar levy on drinks need not be passed at all if the original bill filed by Senator Pimentel will be passed. The Finance Secretary also added that Senate should also approve the higher levy on gasoline and impose excise tax on diesel.
For us taxpayers, the tax reform measure filed by Senator Pimentel is almost similar to the House-approved Bill 5636, except that it does not include the sugar tax and other complementary measures. According to the DOF, the version approved by the lower house could earn the government 1.163 trillion pesos in net revenues from 2018 to 2022. Senator Pimentel's bill could generate 998 billion pesos for the same period. Here's the rest of the story with our BizWatch correspondent.
Should the Senate adopt Pimentel's version but including the complementary measures of the lower house, Pimentel's version stands to gain net revenues of as much as 1.334 trillion pesos from 2018 to 2022. The sugar tax, however, could still be included in the fifth and last tax reform bill under the so-called health package as was originally planned. It will still depend on the Senate whether to pass this or not. The tax reform bills, as approved by the House and filed by Senator Pimentel, aim to lower personal income tax but adjust excise taxes on fuel and automobiles. Both also will broaden the value-added tax base because it limits exemptions to raw food and other necessities like health and education. Senior citizens and persons with disabilities will, however, retain their current zero tax privileges under both bills.
Discussions on the tax reform bill continue. In his last State of the Nation address, President Duterte has asked the Senate in very clear terms to approve the tax reform package of his administration in full in order to finance the administration's infrastructure plans. By the way, whatever happened to what used to be the legislators' paramount concern for the health and well-being of the populace by discouraging too much consumption of sweetened beverages? And now for our final issue this week on BizWatch, some shipments from Brazilian meat exporters have tested positive for salmonella. This was revealed by the Department of Agriculture, and as a result, the DA has temporarily suspended the accreditation of all Brazilian meat exporters. Heidi Santos, our business reporter, has the details.
Memorandum Order Number 32 signed by Agriculture Secretary Emmanuel Piñol effectively authorized the temporary suspension of the accreditation of all Brazilian foreign meat establishments. The memorandum order stated that a total of 246 out of 492 container vans were samples and subjected to laboratory analysis from March 1 to June 30, wherein samples from 18 containers or 7% tested positive for Salmonella SPP.
The MO formalizes the earlier pronouncement of Agriculture Secretary Piñol that he will impose a total ban on Brazilian meat imports. Earlier, he imposed a temporary import ban on 25 Brazilian meat establishments. This is pursuant to the DA's mandate to protect the Filipino consumers pursuant to the Food Safety Act. Here's the rest of the story with our BizWatch correspondent.
The DA will conduct further investigation, and pending the results of this investigation, the temporary suspension of the accreditation of all Brazilian meat establishments will remain in place. Meanwhile, the government has also suspended the processing, evaluation of the application, and issuance of sanitary and phytosanitary import clearance of meat from Brazil. The DA has also canceled the sanitary and phytosanitary import clearance of meat products that have not left Brazil. The order said that shipments of meat in transit upon the issuance of this order will be allowed to enter subject to 100% physical and laboratory examination inspection.
The total meat exported from Brazil to the Philippines in 2016 stood at 55,853 metric tons, or 5.86% higher than in 2015. Beef imported from Brazil was 69% higher in 2016, and more than half of our meat imports from this country were deboned meat of chicken. We do not know yet how this new memorandum order from the DA will affect our domestic supply of meat. And with that, we end BizWatch. We shall pause for another break, and when we come back, we have an interesting CSR feature this week. Please stay with us.
Vote for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
We are passionate. We are driven. We are able.
We are Mirage. We are Mirage.
The Mitsubishi Mirage, made here and driving the Filipino forward.
Welcome back, and you're still on the business section of Business and Leisure. Up next is our CSR segment. This week we go back to one of our regular segments, and that is CSR. And for this particular segment, we feature the corporate foundation of a much respected company.
Meet Miss Maribeth Marasigan, First Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Aboitiz Foundation, the corporate foundation and corporate social arm of the Aboitiz Group of Companies.
It was established way back in 1988, so we've been in operation almost 30 years. In fact, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary next year.
Actually, as we learned from Ms. Marasigan, Aboitiz Foundation is a mother foundation because there are other foundations that bears the illustrious name.
Yes, this is the mother foundation because we also have other foundations such as the Weather Philippines, and then we also have the Ramon Aboitiz Foundation, but that is really family-led. This is the corporate foundation.
The foundation has been around for almost 30 years now, but it was in 2012 that they decided to concentrate their efforts on 4 major concerns and thus develop their programs around these issues. These are education, enterprise, development, environment, and lastly, health and well-being. Ms. Marasigan tackles these concerns one by one.
Education is one of our biggest program initiative. About 50% of our budget is spent on education. So it really is a big part of what we do here in the foundation.
Aboitiz Foundation has become one of the most reliable partners of the Department of Education and its Adopt to School program. The foundation has built schools, built laboratories for these schools, offered scholarship and financial assistance to deserving students. Lately, the foundation has been setting their sights and focusing on the technical and vocational aspects of education, specifically for senior high school students as well as special science elementary schools. They build technical and vocational facilities for the students in the communities where they operate. Ms. Marasigan talked about the core of their operations. From here, we learned that it is actually the business units who execute and implement the projects of the foundation.
So for example, if our business unit, for example, in Macban or in Laguna, wants to help a school there, then they do so. It's being implemented at that level, in the local level. So most of our projects are across the country. Anywhere where we have host communities, we try to assist. It's the business units who decide what particular project and which particular schools are going to be the beneficiaries of the community, which community will benefit from it. It's really not up to the Aboitiz Foundation. It's really the business units.
Through CARD, the foundation provides loans and cooperatives undertakes training and capability training skills. Together with the business units like Pilmico, they provide livelihood starter kits to these beneficiaries.
I don't know if you've heard about the egg machines or the baking kits that Pilmico provides. So, for example, this community is trained, this cooperative we train, and then we provide the starter kit so that they can begin a business. So that particular partnership between CARD and our business units is working very well. Our cooperative partners have been very successful in the last couple of years. Training, they've improved their own net revenue, their net incomes. A lot of them are employed. So those who have trained have also succeeded in passing the NC2 certification of TESDA, which allows them employment and or putting up their own business.
However, it is the Mahalin Pagkaing Atin project that constitutes the foundation's flagship project. Here is where they help the Filipino backyard farmers, which we have plenty of in the countryside. The project ensures sustainability and helps the farmers operate efficiently and be competitive. More importantly, they link these farmers to the buyers. Several starter kits are also given away to these farmer beneficiaries. Pilmico has gone around the country to help these poor farmers and ultimately uplift the lives of these farming communities.
Flour, feeds, and we also have live hogs and eggs. Last year we started selling eggs. Yeah, we have an egg farm or a layer farm.
It is a comprehensive program that they have embarked on for the area of enterprise development and now for their initiatives in the area of environment.
One of our main projects for environment is really we call it the A-Park. The A-Park is our simultaneous tree planting, and we're one of the biggest partner of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. We have a goal of planting 9 million trees by 2020, and to date we're at about 60%.
They hope to accelerate this so they can reach their goal by 2020. They also are focusing on the 3 R's: reuse, recycle, and reduce for the environment.
That's our mother program for conservation to ensure that we promote reuse, recycle, and reduce. Yeah. So under the program, all of the different companies, we monitor our utilization and consumption of water, paper, and electricity. Under the Aboitiz Group, yes.
Although for now this initiative is exclusive to the Aboitiz group of companies, the foundation hopes to launch it on a more extensive outing so other companies may adopt it as well. Another major project under environment is their Green Fashion Revolution.
So I don't know if you've heard or you've attended one of our fashion shows. We will have another one in Cebu coming November. So this is really for students, particularly in the fashion industry, where we promote use of recyclable materials so that are transformed into fashionable items, accessories, clothes, shoes, bags, and all of that. And then they have a show, and the winner gets 50,000 pesos, the school, and then they also are given another 50,000 to start a CSR project on their own.
The foundation started the Green Fashion Revolution in 2014 in Cebu and rolled it out in Manila in 2016. And now for the area of health and well-being.
For health, our flagship project under health is really the partnership with Weather Philippines. it's all under health and well-being. It's all about creating communities that are resilient and are disaster ready. So we also, apart from Weather Philippines, we also provide training for the communities on disaster preparedness, on first aid, as well as providing them with tools for emergency. Our goal under health and well-being is to be able to create an emergency response team in the communities so that if anything happens, they're able to address the needs on their own. So we want to equip them with the knowledge and the materials that they will need for that. As much as possible, we want our team members to participate in the activities that we have, although there are limitations because programs like in the communities are not that easy, plus they also have to work. So we have institutional programs like the Brigada Escuela, we have the tree planting, and we have our Christmas outreach program that is really participated by the team members. In fact, just a month ago, we did our simultaneous tree planting, and we had over 3,000 team members who volunteered nationwide. So that's our biggest number of volunteers so far in one of our activities.
As one can readily see, the foundation has taken on so many projects on their corporate social responsibility pursuits. And as one can imagine, these challenges they face are also not simple.
One of the things that we need to improve on in the foundation is really our role in terms of measuring and monitoring our projects. Unlike in the past, once you turn over and donate, that's it, diba? Today, it's not like that anymore. Today, it's more about how do you sustain all of these projects. So we have to make sure that our projects are well thought of, our programs are well thought of. They are something that can be measured and monitored. So we not only measure the output, we also want to measure the outcome as well as the impact. So we want to make sure that all our programs make a positive impact to the communities or to the beneficiaries.
A lot of the work the foundation undertakes in its partnership with the local government as well as the local communities.
Stakeholder management is very important for us. We want to make sure that the things that we're doing, all of the initiatives that we're doing are also aligned to the community needs as well as the local government's resources. So we have to work together. We cannot be alone. We have to work together with the local government units as well as the communities.
The foundation aims to be the first to respond to disasters, and one of the innovations they have introduced through Pilmico, their food group unit, is the creation of their care package that contains high-energy biscuits, perfect for disaster relief operations and feeding programs.
They are ready to eat. They are very nutritious and contains 450 calories, so they're very filling and they're easy to transport. Plus, the shelf life is 12 months. So we have them in stock and we're easily able to deploy them whenever we can, whenever we need to. I think over the years, the success of the foundation has really been about our team members. It's not going to be possible for us to deliver on all of these initiatives and programs without the team members and the business units who support us. Apart from that, of course, our partnership with the local government, the national government agencies as well, and all of the other foundations that we are also working with. So it cannot be just us alone. We need to be able to work with everybody else.
The foundation is now conducting strategic planning for the next 5 years. They should be ready to roll out their roadmap for this.
Kudos to the Aboitiz Foundation, our featured company in this week's CSR segment. That ends the business section of BNL. Our sunshine girl, Damon Sayak, is all set to usher in the leisure portion of our show, which is coming right up ahead. After we pause for another short break, we will be right back.
Vote for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
quoted.
We are Mirage.
The Mitsubishi Mirage, made here and driving the Filipino forward.
Calling all automobile enthusiasts. Autofocus.com.ph is exclusive to the automobile, where you'll find reviews on the latest brand new car models, together with their head-to-head comparisons. It has the detailed specs of car models available in the country and their latest SRPs and special promos, together with the latest auto industry news and developments like car launches and test drives. Autofocus.com.ph is all about automobiles. Click on.
You're still with us here on Business and Leisure, and now we go right on to the lifestyle section as I turn you over to our co-host this week, Sunshine Girl Damon Sayak, for our leisure report. The spotlight is on you, Day.
Yes, Butch, and thank you once again. Hi, friends, and thank you so much for hanging in there for the lifestyle part of your weekly electronic edition of Business and Leisure. Let's get the ball rolling with the brightest, the hottest, and latest events in the metro with Lifestyle Chronicles. Milo Philippines and FC Barcelona embark on a 4-year partnership aimed at enhancing the quality of life of children through a more healthy and active lifestyle. Milo Philippines launched the Road to Barcelona, held in F1 Hotel at Bonifacio Global City, which aims to scout the next football champions and give them lifetime experience training in Camp Nou, the home stadium of FC Barcelona. This partnership shared belief of youth development through sports and the values learned from them. Invited participants from different football communities in and around Metro Manila will undergo extensive training to be included in the official shortlist. In the end, 2 deserving members of the team will be granted an all-expense paid trip to Camp Nou.
So the aim of this partnership is to bring to light the values that kids can learn from sports. Milo and FCB share the same vision that sports brings together people, and it also imparts important life values that can help children succeed as when they become successful adults later on in life. So we are inviting everyone to get out and play. When Milo partners with FC Barcelona, the aim of this endeavor is to really get more kids into sports. So we hope that we inspire everyone, because we believe that the Filipino athlete can make it in the global arena. And through this partnership, we hope to inspire more kids to actually play not just football but sports in general, to become champions in life.
RCD Land marked its 30 years as one of the fastest growing real estate company in the country. During their anniversary celebration at the PICC, RCD Land President and founding chairman Roland C. Delantar launched 3 new development sites located in Trece Martires in Cavite, Norzagaray, Bulacan, and Mariveles, Bulacan. RCD Land also announced that their company is planning to go public in 2018 and is heading toward township development of building cluster housing projects with concepts of building schools, churches, and commercial areas as well. With our Lifestyle Chronicles segment, we make sure that you are always on the loop with the latest events in and even out of the metro. Welcome to your favorite segment here in the leisure portion of Business and Leisure, and that is Places. This week, our featured restaurant introduces you to a new type of cuisine, one that is much loved in beautiful Hawaii. It's now here in the Philippines and waiting to be discovered by you.
Poke may be unfamiliar to us, but not to the people of Hawaii, where the dish is loved by everyone in the island.
Poke kasi is our main dish here. This is what we wanted to focus on. Pokes are marinated raw fish. Originally, it came from Hawaii. Parang it was the go-to dish for fishermen. Parang madaling i-prepare, tas mabilis lang na salad. And then from Hawaii, it increased in popularity throughout the United States. And then that's when I was able to try it last year sa New York. And then I decided na this is a really good type of food na I want to bring home. So when we started conceptualizing, there wasn't a lot of poke restaurants yet. I don't think there was even one poke place yet. But right now there are a lot na eh. And it's gradually increasing in popularity na rin here in the Philippines.
According to Michael, who went to New York in search of a business model to bring home, a cousin brought him to a restaurant serving poke, and he was surprised at the long lines and how the people of New York embraced Hawaii's national dish.
The idea was it was a really convenient food, mahaba, long lines, really quick turnover. Go in, order your food, get out. There wasn't even any tables and chairs in the place we went to, and yet people went there because of the food.
Michael considers himself a foodie and acknowledges the huge popularity of Japanese food here. At Poke, he draws so much inspiration from Japanese cuisine that is healthy and fresh. Think sashimi, and that idea has taken off at Poke Shack.
There's a Japanese version actually, yung chirashi don, I think. The sashimi on rice bowl ng Japanese. It's more or less similar, just with may mga specific sauces lang yung Hawaiian na dish.
Poke Shack is located at Robinson's Terra Tower, a relatively new building that is already filling up with corporate tenants. Michael saw how the employees here had very little dining options and thought it would be a good idea to open here.
Prior to July, we were already on soft open. We wanted to see how the market would react niya. And fortunately, they like our food, especially the ones who know about the concept, who know about the dish, the poke dish. We already have regulars, we already have favorites from the regulars because they already somewhat know and have tried abroad or in the other places here in Manila.
Because of social media, not only the building tenants but employees from nearby buildings got curious about this new cuisine, and soon word of mouth reached far and wide, and now they have a steady clientele who enjoys their fresh, healthy food, which is convenient, fast, and easy to eat. Poke Shack is not big, with only a few tables to offer to their walk-in diners. For those who are not lucky to book a table, Michael recommends takeouts or delivery. Very soon they will have delivery through Food Panda and can already service Pasig, Eastwood, and part of the Ortigas area. Inside the cozy restaurant, the color blue stands out because it evokes the oceanside vibe, and it happens to be Michael's favorite color. The writing on the walls and the mirrors are also young and hip. Food at Poke Shack can be as healthy as you want it to be. Their cuisine incorporates Japanese, Korean, and Filipino cuisine, and they have a Filipino chef consultant who augmented their menu to include non-raw foods. They call this fresh Asian cuisine because it is inspired by island nations that spouses coastal cuisine. This restaurant is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. from Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, and 12 noon to 8 p.m. on Saturday. Sunday is rest day for them since the offices in the building are closed anyway. For now, Poke has caught up a lot of foodies. Come lunchtime, there is a long line of diners. Some of them waiting to claim a table, but many just content to bring home their packed bowls of what Poke has to offer. So what makes Poke Shack unique?
What makes Poke Shack unique from the other DIY Poke places already here is that we're relatively more affordable than they are. It's a very expensive concept, I think, especially because of the sashimi. Pero anyone who's been here and who know about the dish, who have tried, have told me a recurring thing, which is that for the value, for the price, it's very value for money. Our food is very value for money because it's a lot and it's less expensive than normal pokes and it's still very delicious.
So let's check out what people in the area are lining for.
So here are our best sellers here in Poke Shack. Our gateway poke, as we call it, is the Shack Standard. It's our basic poke for anyone who's only about to try their first bowl. For those who are familiar with the dish, they really enjoy our salmon sriracha, which is our salmon-based poke here in Poke Shack. Another one of our best sellers, especially for those who don't like raw, who prefer their food cooked, is the Santorini shawarma. It's Greek chicken. That's the theme. And then another best seller of ours is the Jeju chicken. It's crispy chicken with sweet bonchon sauce. Another favorite dish here in the Poke Shack is the tuna tataki. It's tuna and seared on the outside with black and white sesame seeds. We also have here our California tuna bowl, which is our take on the California maki. It's basically a deconstructed California maki, and this one is with noodles because you can choose either rice, noodles, or salad as base. And here we have a salad-based one applied to our Mediterranean catch. Our Mediterranean catch is a combination of tuna and salmon. The sauce is very subtle and you can really taste the fish.
Michael says that one serving of poke ball is hearty and hefty, more than enough to satisfy one's hunger pangs. But if these servings are too much for you, they have half orders, or what they call their bites.
As for our bites, we have our croquettes. Poke Shack's croquettes, but they're cute and very delicious, and people really like ordering the croquettes. And we also have fried rolls. This one is our California tuna roll. It's basically our California tuna bowl turned into a fried roll, or served as a fried roll. We also have it in Santorini shawarma variant, in a Santorini shawarma variant.
And when they say affordable, Michael wasn't kidding. These hefty bowls cost between 190 to 250 pesos, and the half bowls, or what they call poquito bowls, costed between 110 to 150 pesos. Perfect for office workers or students on a budget, and always on the run for fast, convenient, and healthy food.
Hello everyone, come visit us at Poke Shack here at Robinson's Terra Tower. We're along C5 Libis. It's a one-turn detour and you will have no problem looking for parking. There's plenty of parking here. If you want to experience your first poke, come visit us, come try our Shack Standard. Our bowls are affordable, they're siksik, and they're very delicious. Follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It's PokeShack PH for news on new bowls, new promos, and directions to Robinson's Terra Tower. Also, watch out for our delivery coming soon within the next month for people in the Eastwood, Ortigas, and Pasig area.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's feature on Places, Business, and Leisure's latest discovery in the C5 Libis area. I think I'll discover that poke experience myself too. There is still more up ahead, but let's continue right after this short break, so stay stuck.
Vote for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
And I am back. You're still here with me on your weekly edition of Business and Leisure, and I'm Damon Sayak. We continue with the lifestyle part of our show with our weekly leisure trip. Here it is.
Here now is our weekly list of highly recommended leisure destinations. Be it fine dining, romantic garden wedding, or a relaxed meal of excellent dishes, the name Ilustrado comes to mind. It's one of the few places that serve the best paella in town. Ilustrado, located within the walled city of Intramuros. The Highlands Prime Steakhouse is indeed the prime dining destination where you can enjoy the best of prime steak. The Highland Prime Steakhouse serves nothing but U.S. Angus prime beef. And the Highlands Prime Steakhouse also serves an array of prime gourmet dishes like the squid ink pasta, topped with a whole prawn of their delectable sea bass that's always juicy and served with mashed potato and a wedge of lemon. And their breads and cakes are baked fresh every day. The Highlands Prime Steakhouse is at the SM Mall of Asia, and that's where you should have your next lunch, dinner, or intimate party.
Steak lovers from north of the metro can also enjoy the juiciest prime steaks and other mouth-watering dishes at Highlands Prime Steakhouse, located at Estancia, Capitol Commons in Pasig.
And that's our regular What to Enjoy and Where to Go list. Business and Leisure's weekly guide to destinations and places to go to enjoy the good life.
Thank you so much for staying with us, and expect that we will come back again next week with more interesting and informative business and lifestyle features for all of you. See you all again, and I'm giving you back now to our main man, Mr. Ray Butch Gamboa. Butch?
Thanks, Dave. That was indeed a very entertaining and informative leisure report. Sunshine Girl Damon Zayak hosting the lifestyle section of our show. And with that, we end another edition of Business and Leisure. Thank you for staying with us. Also, don't forget to follow us in our social media accounts. Till the next time, this has been your host, Ray Butch Gamboa. Good business to all, and enjoy the good life.